www.andrewmarkmusic.com. It's a snowy morning here in the valley. This is a video I'm doing for a commenter on YouTube who's, asking legitimate questions about gnosticism, Christian gnosticism, because he self-describes as someone who follows Christ or wants to follow Christ. So this is for you. I always preface these conversations, these talks, by saying it's speculative metaphysics. I do this because I have a healthy regard for philosophy, and we're talking metaphysics here, and because nobody can prove any metaphysical religion, that didn't come out right, nobody can prove their religious claims from the perspective of metaphysics. It's just best to say this is speculative. Now, for me, the template is reason and logic. If your speculations are not offensive to reason and logic, they're much more likely to be true. So, given that, Yaldabaoth comes from early Christian Genesis stories. So they predate the creation myth in Genesis. It says that Yaldabaoth was basically the child of Sophia. So in my opinion, Sophia created an entity that was a shadow of herself and a shadow of Christ. So yes, just down the river. Anyway, this is known as the demiurge or the architect. I believe that the Christ spirit from the Pleroma, when it visited this earth, sentenced Yaldabaoth to die on the cross at the hands of the followers of Judaism. So that's universal irony. It's near perfect universal irony. So God is dead. And think about, if that's true, the almost incredible diabolicalness of getting millions upon millions, if not hundreds of millions of Christians to worship a dead God for 1,700 years. I mean, you can't make this shit up. That is just the definition of evil. But they did it. They succeeded in getting most people to worship a God that's dead. Now, the symbol for Yaldabaoth is a lion and a serpent, and that symbolism persists today through archons it created called Yahweh and Satan. Now, Yahweh and Satan are exactly as described in the Jewish book, the Torah. Yahweh is the God that came to Moses and lied to him, because that's what Yahweh does. He inherited from his father, the father of lies, deception. So I'm not going to get into other aspects of this. I just want to try and stay on point to the questions he was asking. So in that story with Moses, Yaldabaoth breaks his own injunctions and he murders a man for picking up sticks on the Sabbath day. Now, please note here that he didn't kill a deer here. So we can't have this ridiculous conversation about the Ten Commandments and whether the word is kill or murder. And Yahweh can't even get across to his scribes which one he means, but that's a different point. So how inept is that? But clearly, Yahweh didn't kill here. He committed murder. And that is all you need to know to prove that the Father that Christ spoke of was not this God. Because Christ clearly did good on the Sabbath. And in my opinion, he did good on the Sabbath because he wasn't Jewish and he cared nothing for Judaism. And why would Christ care about a religion that the demiurgic archons created? Think about that. Put on your thinking cap, folks. Use reason and logic and figure it out. It wouldn't. And they've been lying for 1,700 years about the nature of Christ. And it's been a very persistent, effective lie. Now, this Yahweh, Yeshua, still yet to come. Judaism has been predicting a world Messiah for millennia. That's still to come. So that's who we're dealing with. We will have to navigate that issue as it comes out. This Messiah will rule out of Jerusalem, and all the fake, false religions it created, it will use to help seal the deal, so to speak. So yes, the world will be a worldwide system of falseness and duplicity. And in my opinion, and I've come across Orthodox Jewish believers who say, yeah, this is all going to happen completely natural. There's not going to be 1 ounce of supernatural evidence for this. It's all going to be done politically through the political circus. Yeah, I mean, this is, you can't make this up. This truth is so much stranger than any fiction, and yet it's happening. And in fact, they've never been closer to getting their world Messiah. So yes, where does that leave people who believe in Christ? Well, we live on the devil's earth. I mean, even normative Christianity understood this. The world was run by Satan. They just got wrong. Not intentionally. It was they were lied to. Christians were lied to about who and what Satan is. The modern Christian version of Satan comes from two sources. It comes from the planet Venus, which means light bringer, and Lucifer means light bringer, and that's because it would rise before the sun in the morning. But a funny thing with Venus is that it traverses into the night sky too. And when it traverses into the night sky, Lucifer becomes Satan. So that's a part of where this Christian story of Satan comes from. And the other aspect of where it comes from has to do with the fall of Sophia, which was a prevalent Gnostic creation myth in antiquity. So they were well aware of it. The Catholic Church was well aware of the myth of the fall of Sophia, the creation myth that predates the story in Genesis. So they took the mother of Yaldabaoth and turned her into the devil. And again, if there's diabolical, what's the word I'm looking for? Motive here, man. These people are incredibly good at it, from how they portrayed the dead god to how they instantiated the mother of Yaldabaoth as the devil. So that's where the Christian devil comes from. It's totally incoherent, and I pointed out that the Roman Catholic Church didn't even get the Jewish devil right. So if they had understood that the Jewish devil worked for God, and he was the accuser of man, and that's who I believe Satan is, exactly as the Torah. The Torah is right about that. Who would know? Yahweh, he'd certainly know who Satan is. But the Roman Catholic Church was so lazy they couldn't even get that right, And so my point is that there's, within Roman Catholicism and all the branches of Christianity, there's a totally incoherent version of Christianity, of Satan. And if they had have gotten that part right, maybe we could take their version of Satan seriously, but they were so lazy they couldn't even get that part right. So they ripped it from Venus and the fall of Sophia. And the true devil upon the earth now is Yahweh, his cult. this devil god and his archon Satan, the accuser of man. The Torah is right about that. The Jewish Yeshua is Yahweh, basically, who will become the world Messiah through completely natural means, deceitful manipulation of politics and religion. Again, the Christ that was on the earth 2,000 years ago was not going to be a follower of the demiurgic religion, called Judaism. It's ridiculous to even say so. Okay, so I hope that clarifies some points for you. I'm going to get warm. Peace out. Bye. And yeah, I gotta say that I'm not going to apologize for being a cranky old geezer. You want to listen to what I have to say, fine. If you don't listen. I'm just here to speak the truth as I understand it. I have a few tools in the box: reason and logic. There's nothing I'm saying that's irrational or illogical. It actually makes sense out of a lot of things. So these are tools of Logos. These are tools of the order of existence, Christ. And we have the golden rule. And if Christians would implement the golden rule, they wouldn't be slaves to Yahweh's cult now through money lending. And the biggest scam in universal history is the creation of money via central banks. It's theft on an unprecedented scale. So the golden rule, if Christians had to live by it, we wouldn't be seeking rents from each other. We wouldn't be charging usury. We wouldn't be stealing our labor from, surplus value. We would be living how was described in the book of Acts. We'd be living in a sharing economy. I've suggested in other posts that what should have happened with tithes and all the offerings is it should have gone to buying land for Christians to live on. And that would have been the only way for Christians to be free in a demiurgic satanic world. And now we're prisoners to demiurgic machinations in the financial and political sphere. Good luck to you all. We're going to need it. Peace out.
Over and over I lost and you won. Did you think I'd fold and come undone? I'm tougher than you'll ever know, weathered by the cold winds in the winter snow. Over and over I lost and you won, 'cause it's all your karma, it's all your come. Over and over I lost and you won, yeah, it's all your karma, it's all your come. Over and over the lies you've sown, a blackened heart in a conscious dead zone. A pyramid built on power and fear, corrupting everything that love holds dear. Over and over I lost and you won, it's all your karma, it's all your come. Over and over I lost and you won, 'cause it's all your karma, it's all your come. Marin her Jezebels, tree lies, illusions, hell. For all you think and all you'll be, you'll live that misery. Over and over I lost and you won, 'cause it's all your karma, it's all your come. Over and over I lost and you won, yeah, it's all your karma, it's all your come. It's a demiurgic tragedy, it's a demiurgic tragedy, it's a demiurgic tragedy, it's a demiurgic tragedy.